Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody this fine evening? How is everybody? How's it going? What's he's up to? What's the story? What's the script? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Gonna test my sound. Yes, we're all good. We're all working. We're all happy days. Happy, happy, happy days. Let's get into it, Let's get into it. Division 1, Ellipsis League. Genesis versus Ares Gaming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the old what's the word I'm looking for here? Table, I guess that's what I'm looking for. You know, oh no, the way. Oh, apologies, I got added another team. Someone seemed to think that there was an issue in another team, but I don't know. Anywho, let's get underway. It's Ares Gaming versus Genesis Gaming. This is sure to be an absolute roller coaster of a match. I'm hoping to see some great plays. I'm hoping to see some fun stuff. Oh wow, okay. Thanks, Nades, for that one. Thank you. The days is at me in another chat just to be a little bit of a wild card, I guess, and just annoy me. Anyway, right, let's get into this. Bans were pretty straightforward to start off with, but then they got a little bit spicy in the middle there because they do have the Thatcher start off. So, of course, easy peasy, usually banned away. We've always see Thatcher banned. Doesn't matter which map it's on, doesn't matter what setup, doesn't matter which team it is. I think Coastline's probably the only one that he doesn't get banned as often, but he's pretty much banned all the time, let's be honest. Teams are just used to not playing with him. I think even if he was on the board, most people wouldn't even bother to play him, to be honest. But some nice bans coming out though, because this is not the usual kind of operators that we see on Villa. Valkyrie is not that surprising. I have seen Valkyrie banned quite often on Villa. Big map, of course, and lots of places you can hide those Valcams. So not a big surprise to see Valcam, but I'm surprised to see the Thunderbird one come through because she's grown in popularity in recent months and she's got very prevalent in the competitive scene. So I guess it's not a surprise, but it's also a surprise at the same time. It's a bit of both. You know, she usually isn't a big enough deal for people to ban, but clearly the attacking side of Ares have an idea in banning that away. Nomad as well banned away, always a good ban to take off the board to make sure that anyone that is moving around the map is going to be shut down on those flanks. Early pressure here coming in from the north side though. Nico Pico will be facing up towards that window because he knows it's been opened up. They have quite a bit of an extension outside from that aviator hole there. Segwa's the one over on the other side, inside of Statuary. Now, Segwa is Taiso, by the way, on a different account, or Furubogan, if you commonly know that player. But he's on a different account today. His main being banned, but we're going to have to use the same Segwa for the purpose of the cast. Shot in the back here, actually. Fleeks has been, or sorry, I'm going to assume I managed to find the shot there, but Nico Pico on the refrag right away, and it's now a 4 versus 4 situation inside of that first minute as Nico Pico falls back there, finds an angle, but he's got shot in the back by Fleeks, who's able to come through with the F2 and finds the shot into the back of Nico Pico as he's rotating back through there. Nilo onto the 90 window to hold that angle, but TSW is holding it on to that main corridor now. Has the shield to face up to anybody that does decide to push it up that hallway, and all of those smoke babes that should they need that utility to slow that down. Pro Gremlin inside the site alongside Larlad as well inside of a vault. Fleeks now facing up towards this vault hole that has been opened up there. Nice angle they hold up. It just misses the head. Can't quite see the angle, but he's going to find it there. Larlad faces up to it, finds a shot there from Fleeks. That's a double kill in the round from him. He's going to go on the hunt and try and find through the rotate. Can he shoot him in the back here? Yes, he can. Another one. It's a triple kill for Fleeks. He's up the nest. Can he get 4? No, he can't. He's shut down by Crow Gremlin, who will want to open this up for a 4K clutch, as he now knows that there's one on that study map, but can he land the shot? So the swing comes across there. No, but put in the dirt by Jamalski. Shuts it down for Ares Gaming, who take the opening round in favour of their attack. Beautiful round there from Fleeks to push in through there and finds the triple, but not quite finding the fourth, but done enough nonetheless to get the team into a good position. I'll run the timer down a little bit over towards the start of the match, and then I'll hit that with a pause because someone disconnected and I don't know why. So I'll just make a wee second while they join back. I don't know who it is that we've lost, but we'll see who's going to join back. I see Aries Gaming is in the chat. It's nice to see you. From one content creator to another. Hello, how are you? We're just getting underway here. First round going towards Aries pretty substantially in their favour. Now, as it stands in the league, Aries aren't known for being the most aggressive team, but that was pretty aggressive for a Villa attack. They did choose the Villa attack for the overtime, which was a very interesting choice in my opinion, because usually, as everybody knows, Villa is usually seen as the defender-sided map. Let me just very quickly speak to Genesis and see what's happening to find out. Oh, he's back. I believe it was TSW. He seems to have returned. We can get back underway. And that's ideal. I'll wait for a wee second for him to come through, and then we can get underway with the rest of our matchup. It's nice to see everybody in the chat. Remember, there is another Division 1 game starting in just shortly, so feel free to jump between the streams if you do want to keep up to date with the other game even. Is Counteract versus Titans. That is also a Division 1, but in another group. This group, though, tonight is going to be a big game because we have quite a little bit between the teams. I say a little bit, I mean, there's not much between them. Now, actually, let me just see the now in terms of the top of the pack. Yes, as much as I thought. Genesis on 6 points now after 2 games. Aries on 3 points after 2 games. So they managed to pick up that win last week. I believe it was 7-4. So they were looking pretty good for their money. Nilo having an absolutely wonderful time last week, getting himself into the team of the week with a couple of plants and some great kills. This week, though, they will want to bounce back from that first week kind of slip up that they had, and then continue on the form that they discovered last week. Hopefully, though, Genesis are able to put up some of a fight after finding a 7-0 win against Bad last week. They were able to find, so they will be hoping that they can continue that form into this matchup. After on the opening round, though, they have dropped the round, so that is at least a different story for this match than what was there last week. So they'll be hoping that they can recover after this opening round and bring it back to take them all the way to the 9 points lead after 3 games. But Aries will have something to say about that. They'll be hoping to take themselves into a good position to get them back on course to win this group. Now, we've seen the defence, again, not go for as much of a hold inside of Trophy. We do have Larlad and Segler there, but Gremlin instead is going to go down below this time. And it looks as though, that's just 2 points for picking up the wrong person there, but Gremlin is down inside of the hallway, in the red hallway downstairs, as he moves through the map to now try and see if anyone does hold it down below. But there is Nico Pico as well on the Astro stairs. They know that Aries like to try and come from that Astro staircase or Astro side, but that drone shot, I think before it spotted Nico, so Nico's going to have the patience here to hold on to that, and there is one inside the bathroom, but the nade comes through to Nico from Trixie as he finds the opening pick with that beautifully cooked nade tossed down the Astro staircase and just shuts down Nico, who was holding at the bottom of that staircase now. But the pull back comes all the way from the Trophy side towards AVR now. Gremlin is now rotated up the red stairs and they hold onto the staircase, and surely he's going to get a drone here. Surely somebody's going to try and find the info on the top of this red staircase before the attacking side of Aries try to cross this hallway. But a nade in hand there will send out another one, but Segler's going to get taken off the board. This is Trixie again with the double kill. He shut that down on 90, and the support should have been there from Gremlin, but it's not quite there as he's now going to have to drop all the way down. But he's shut down from Flakes, who's on the rotate downstairs. He catches him off guard, and Trixie's facing up towards the shield. TSW is going to have it all to do against this push that's coming down this corridor from 90. He rotates around and chooses to go through for, I guess, they push in towards Study, but he's going to be droned. The information is there. Surely they're going to know that they can push up onto that hallway. Flix is inside the site. He's going to go on the hunt link for Study. Can he shoot him in the back? He finds no shot, but he does eventually connect it. TSW taken down, pistol in hand to Flix. Can he find the finish and pick there? But shotgun in hand for Larlad. It's a 1 versus 4 situation. If he finds another 4 kills here, it will be a 5v1 clutch to take Genesis onto another equal round. But a shotgun in hand again, though, finds another one. It's Spyro. They're going to have to come and shut him down there. The plant was almost attempted there, but not quite going for it just yet. Still has a C4 available to them, but the pinch will probably come out here. Larlad's going to have to make a decision on what he's going to do here. Swings here, but can't quite see the shot, though. Finds it, almost threads the needle onto the double kill there, as both of the players were actually interesting enough standing double back to back there. But Larlad is not quite able to land the shot, and the return comes there from Trixie, who got himself a triple kill on that round and finds the lead for Aries Gaming. Have started off really, really well here on the attacking side of Villa, taking 2 rounds to start us off versus Genesis Gaming. That was Aviator Again, not quite working out for Genesis. We're going to have to move across to Trophy and Statue, change up a little bit, as it is not quite working over that side. They did change it a little bit. They did make a couple of these changes. Why has my prediction got the wrong names on it? I didn't actually start a prediction, so I don't know why that prediction is there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Let me just fix that. Give me a second. Who's that? Oh, Karma, you've not changed the names. Karma. Change the names. It came up as misclick on mine. Wait a minute, I'll do it. Uh...
10 seconds left before insertion.
Hey, there you go. Luckily, people had only betted on Ares anyway, so we're all good. We're all good. We're not
moving out to locate a bomb and defuse.
No, it was showing this misclick on my side for when I was looking at it. Trust me. 2 rounds into the lead here for Ares now, as Genesis make that adaptation to change it up and go towards the Trophy side instead. A couple of operator changes as well. We're seeing that Cade coming along, courtesy of Larlad, and now the push will come in from the east side, as Spyro now begins the work on the windows inside of Master to find any angles towards that site. The wall is opened all the way up on the half side. You can see that using that Aruna gate there to push it all the way through, and a double angle all the way through to the window. So anybody hopping in that window will be on the receiving end of presumably a very long angle that could be getting held here. But I think it's Segwa that is on the long angle here, has that P10 Roni there, and the Twitch drone comes in and will be lost as it was just able to get rid of that Cade Claw. So it was really well done there. Trade for trade, loses one piece of utility for another now, and they will be able to open this up here. The Ace has been able to get in and open that. That will be opened now by a nade from below. Trixie just finding that nade, and can someone, if they are able to confirm that that is how I'm supposed to say the name, another one? No! A double kill from Trixie on Larlad with a nade below. The connection beautifully timed from below, and that's a double one. He's going to shut them one below. Can he get a triple? No. Gremlin bites back as Jamalski finds TSW as well. Now Gremlin will be downstairs and have the rotate up, but Nico Pico will be feeling the breath on the back of his neck from all of these players that will be pinching into sight. Gremlin, where are you? You need to get back to site and support him. He's up the astral stairs. He's managed to get all the way back at least, but he's nowhere near Nico, as he's just across from Astro, and he's going to have to come across and support him a little bit more and go for the pinch, but decides to get aggressive inside the bathroom. There's one in there, but another one fades on the other side there. But Gremlin's found a pick as well, as Nico finds Nilo, and it's Jamalski and a 1 versus 2, but does the information give away his position on that astral staircase? He does get rid of that barbed wire, and the pre-fires come out. They surely know where he is, as Nico Pico seems to know that he's coming through the rotate, but he's not going to go for it yet as he moves up into Astro. Tries to find a long angle in towards the master bedroom, but can't quite find a shot and an angle on a push just yet. The red pings are coming in. They have the information onto Jamalski. Jamalski has information onto Nico, but Nico bites it back, returns the favour from the last round, and shoots Jamalski in the chest. Beautifully done as Genesis fight back what looked like a losing round there from 2 gorgeous nades that were found off the back of Trixie there. I think it's Trixie, but let me just find out how I pronounce it now. Let me find out. So TRLXX. I don't know how to see it, because we can Fleek, Spyro, Nilo, Jamalski. I know it's everybody else's, but just wait, check. I think it's Trixie, Trilix, Tilex, I don't know.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
It's Trixed. There you go. Apologies for getting that if you're watching back the VOD. I do apologise for having the wrong name, but we've got it now. Interestingly enough, the Genesis are going to opt to go back to the Aviator and game site and retry it. This will be the 3rd time of asking, so hopefully they have found the issue, then they can make those amendments and fix it up, and hopefully they're able to try and win this one out. But they seem to think that this will be the winner here for them. But we'll see. We will certainly find out in the next round if they have made the right adaptations that's going to work for them. I don't see as much of a hold across towards the Master side. The last time they did reinforce this, they are doing it late, so maybe that is what they're doing. They're maybe showing a little bit of the map to Ares before locking that off in the early stages of the round. But Ares are just going to continue to tick those boxes and continue to move in from this northwest side as they try to clear through Astro. Yet again, this is what they like to do. They've done it a few times now, and it seems to be working for them. They will continue that and continue in with that push. Gremlin's all the way down below as well. Say all the way down, but it is on the middle floors. TSW decides to drop. They're just going to pull all the way back now, and TSW is actually going to drop below. I think he's probably going to play that C4 inside of Master, as he does have it cooked and tossed up on the I believe it's kind of default place, I guess, inside of Master. They maybe have some information inside of there that could be in the way of a Mozzie drone, but it really does depend, as Trix now gets himself up towards the statue door, and as begins at the push, and the pinch comes out from the rest of the team as they move through into that trophy side as well, to make sure that they can double up with his push from that north side. Clearing through the map now, the clear is now done. They now have the information and the hold that they need. They have that player of Nilo on the 90 window as well to hold and make sure that anyone does decide to push up that corridor and get aggressive will be held and shut down. All the way back to site now. This is the longest we have gone without an opening pick going towards the team of Ares on this site, as Gremlin now is the one that is going to aggress up the red stairs. He knows there will be someone likely upstairs, but will he play the C4 or is he going to try and play for the frag onto them with the gun as he pulls up the stairs with the SMG in hand? And can he land the nade shot? No, Trixie can't, as the Gremlin is going to find that pick. C4 in hand, he's going to wait for it held in his hand as no as Fleek still goes down below, and Fleek's again is going to wait for the rotate down, but he's waiting for it this time. Gremlin knows, not again, not twice, you're not going to catch me on that rotate. We'll shut it down. The call is definitely there for the information that he's going to have to drop there. Spyro though has taken the life of Nico, who got just a little bit too aggressive onto the 90 angle, as Spyro though very worse for wear as the HP does not favour them now. Gremlin will know he's there, swings out there behind that shield but can't quite land the shot store, but Spyro taking his life in his hands. Anything he pushes up here against the shield, he's not going to be able to deal with it though, as he doesn't have any projectiles to toss towards that shield. There's no nades left, but should he decide to keep swinging here, he will probably be shut down with quite some ease because he doesn't have a lot of HP. But Sego's going to find Jamalski trying to be cheeky on the study stairs, and Nello is the one left in a 1 versus 4 now as Spyro's finally dealt with on that hallway. Segwa though finds a double, and it's Nello dealt with as Ares suffer a second round defeat in a row to take it to 2 each. You say that, Dob, but they had a good opening round. They could open a couple of rounds. They looked really good. Trixt especially seems to be the difference here. Now, I believe the last time I casted for Ares, Trixt wasn't on the roster, so he is new to the team. And also for you, those of you that are in chat and don't know, Segwa, or however you meant to say it, whatever vowel that it is they've chosen to X out, is actually Frodo Boggin, which is another name for Tyso. Who's on that roster tonight. So yeah, he's just on a different account, just because sometimes that's just what happens. People's accounts get banned and whatnot. But 2 each after 4 rounds. It's definitely proven to be the game of the week so far. But then again, we've not had many games played yet. We've not had that many of them in Division 1 settled. We have only had 1 so far. The other one in the group was decided earlier in the week. I believe it was last night, or maybe it was even earlier than that. It was last night. It was 7-0 to Bad versus R6 Siege Shitters. So Bad have made the advance onto the 6 points. So this is definitely a deciding game. So Bad have went on to 6 points. Genesis are on 6 points currently. Before this game, Ares are on 3 points, with R6 Siege Shitters not finding any wins or points yet. So 6 points now for Genesis. They'll be hoping to get themselves onto 9 and continue leading the way as we finish off our mid-week of the groups. But Ares will be hoping that they can get themselves onto equal points with both Bad and Genesis after this game. But it remains to be seen. With 4 rounds played, we are definitely shaping up to be a great matchup for tonight. Remember, there is another Division 1 game happening on another channel, so do please jump across and get that looked at if you do want to check what's happening in the other games. I don't know if it's got started yet, so I'm not 100% sure. As Trix moves through the map now, trying to clear through Statuary and Trophy, as there's no players on the top floor for Genesis at all. The only one most aggressive one is actually Nico. Yes, he is on the top floor, and he's going for a flank here. Can he catch Jamalski? Yes, he can, just in time for the catch on that pick there, as Nico is going to get the opening pick onto Jamalski, not paying attention, coming out of that trophy room and towards 90 though. But Nico's going to try and get himself all the way back to site at some point there. Up through the vertical play though, we see Larlard trying to play that low, and a C4 will be sent out onto the top of that kitchen ceiling though, to wait to see if anyone comes into the bathroom and holds it out there. No, but some damage done to TSW though. Fleeks finds Nico Pico on the rotate as he's found them inside of Trophy. You see that phone there, he will be able to get all of that information. TSW though is now down, courtesy of some of that vertical play that Trix is holding now, but it's actually going to be through that trophy room door. A nice angle there. Spiral there's going to find TSW finally, and Crow Gremlin over the C4 onto Fleeks now, as Larlard has been down inside the site, inside of Memo, and will be dealt with courtesy of Spiral. Still nades, he's been absolutely lethal. Trix with the nades so far, so he'll be hoping that he can get another opportunity to send one of those out, but it's just spoiled there. Another one, is almost connects on Segwa. Somehow Segwa's able to get himself away here. Trix is breathing down his neck to try and find the pick here, but Gremlin comes across to support him, trying and find an angle up through the vertical. At the same time though, can't quite land the shots though, as Fleeks is the one to try and peek down through it, but can't find the return fire, as Trix has now got himself into kitchen though, but Segwa sees him pushing in, a little bit too cheeky there, and shuts down Trix. It's a 2 versus 2. Gremlin's decided to drop down below, and it's down to Fleeks and Spiral, but Spiral's going to be taken down off of the board by Segwa. The double kill now, and it's now Fleeks on his own versus Crow Gremlin and Segwa. And surely some information is going to be detailed now, as those DMR shots do ring out. As he opens up that wall, he's going to try and hop inside of Memo, but surely Segwa has the information that he's doing that. Surely he thinks that that's what's happening, but he doesn't seem to figure out what's happening. Don't think he knows what exactly Fleeks is up to. Remember, he doesn't have any utility to get himself in there, and the call has came out that he's probably not going to be able to pull that one off. He's going to have to rotate over to Laundry if he's going to try and get this done in time. But 10 seconds left now, and surely he's going to push through there. But Segwa's not looking and not paying attention though. He's going to have to hop in the window on the Memo now. But there's a castle barricade. He doesn't have the utility for it. There's 5 seconds left. He's going to run out of time to get anything done. Just didn't have the utility to deal with anything there. And Genesis complete the flush to go straight into the lead after 2 rounds down. They take 3 in a row to take it to 3-2. The other game in Division 1 has now just started. That is Counteract versus Titans. So if you do want to hop between the streams, do feel free to hop across and see what's happening in that one as well. There is some games tonight. So that's the 2 games that are happening tonight. There's another couple of games tomorrow, and there's one on Sunday as well. So there's plenty happening. The final Division 1 game will be on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. We'll have a couple of Division 2 games tomorrow as well. So make sure you are staying in the loop with the Ellipsis League Twitter. Eventually, the link to the Twitter probably will appear in the chat, so if you want to go and follow them, I say them, I mean us, I guess, because I own it, so, them, us, whatever, it's a collaborative effort, but yeah. Do go across there, you can keep yourself updated, and you can keep yourself in the loop for all the games that are coming, because they're coming thick and fast, and we know that there will be a lot more games as well for myself, so I will be casting in quite a few different leagues. There is going to be a lot of different leagues happening now. They're all starting to amp up again. Comp is certainly back for this year, and those competitive games are amping up the ante as we go. That was the kitchen defense, by the way, that Genesis were able to win. That puts them onto their final defense, and they're going to return to Trophy, as Aviator has not been the play so far. They have managed to... That's where all of the rounds have came from. Ares, they've managed to beat Aviator twice for Ares. But since they've been to other sites, it's not worked out for them. Gen have won 3 rounds in a row. One on the kitchen and one on the kitchen, one on Aviator and Trophy. They've been able to get it, so we'll see what they can come up with as they move on to the attack here for Ares. Moving in from that northwest side, this is a similar take as what they've done in pretty much every single clear through the map. They want to move through this site and get this done nice and quickly, but there's quite a bit of people off site. TSW though is down below, Crow Gremlin's down below as well, some reinforcements going down as well, so I think they're going to play for the vertical play here. Quite a bit of reinforcements actually being committed below. TSW seems to have an idea to play downstairs and have those those safety barricades up there, or safety reinforcements up even, to make sure that no one can just hop in there. But Jamalski, though, he's going to hop into the window and get himself into the bathroom. He knows there could be someone there, but Gremlin's going to get the open pick on it. Fleeks there, takes him off the window, and Jamalski with a pinch and the refrag right away. But Trix is going to find himself down, courtesy of a window shot there. I believe it may be Segwa. Yes, it was Segwa. It was across inside of Study that's going to find the shot on the Trix. But he is able to get himself back up. He has that Finka boost and is able to get himself back on his feet as Larlad faces up towards that master door and begins the hold off of these players. He's ahead there for a time second, but not quite paying attention here. Nilo could get caught out here if he's not paying attention to that door there, but Nico Pico's going to find Jamalski in the bathroom and shuts him down. On the other side, though, the hopping comes in from Trix and supporting to Spyro there, but Nilo's going to find Larlad as well on the hop out, I believe, as Nico Pico is now holding on to Astro to hold that long angle through the breach to see if anyone is going to face up to them. But just playing it patiently here, both Genesis are just going to wait for Ares to try and make their moves here. The swing does come out there from Segwa as he's going to try and find anyone up on that reach there. Trix is the one that is holding that angle all the way across and finds the beautiful shot there, gets that through the breach and finds the head of Segwa as 2 players now remain for Genesis. TSW has returned to site there, sets off the C4, that's a beautifully placed C4, finds it onto Spyro, gets it down and then the finish there, but the nade comes through, does a little bit of damage on it. TSW just able to move it out and not going to find anyone. Trix though is going to be taken down by Nico Pico, who finds a double kill on the round for himself, and he's looking to try and find the triple onto Nilo, who remains for Ares with a double kill situation, holding out. But Nico is putting the pressure in there. TSW as well holding the cross from Astronomy, and Nilo is going to have to make a decision on which angle he's going to push this from. He knows that these players aren't going to swing, they aren't going to overpeak, they're not going to show themselves too much, they have the advantage and they're just going to wait here. But TSW knows he has the information, he has the drone though. Nilo is the one to try and find the information, but he doesn't know where they've rotated out there. But Nico with the triple, he finds the head of Nilo, and Ares have just rued the chance there to have a decent start to the game as they found 2 rounds, but Genesis are able to bounce straight back with 4 rounds flush to take us to 4-2 on the first half for Genesis's defense. As they switch to that attack now, we will see what Ares can bring on that defense. It's very interesting that we're going to see the defense second now, because I do usually see Ares as being a more defender-sided team. They are a very strat-heavy team. They do like to bring in those mirror windows, those Goyle shields, the mute, the smoke. They like to play that utility. They like to play that denial. They like to do that. You see that mute-multi combination. We did see that from Genesis. It wasn't as important as what we maybe would have liked to see. Did see a lot of those drones getting through from Ares, who were able to successfully get them through, but it didn't quite make a difference because Genesis were able to land those shots and shut those attacks down. But like I say, Ares are that more strat heavy team, and they're going to take us to Aviator to start with, and we will see what they can provide for their defense as Gremlin gets the drone up early to see if they can get the information on anyone inside of sight. Trix is brought along on the smoke, and that default kind of footholds, I should say, onto that main corridor. Just stop anyone pushing up and getting a little bit too aggressive. This is a very common hold, so it's gone are the days where you would see this being fully reinforced and essentially just being told, you know what, you know, everybody's going to try and go up main stairs and go from Study, and that's basically the push. It's very much changed now, and it's very much a master side push. We'll probably see that from Genesis. You see Crow Gremlin at the top of the screen starting from there, and the rest of Genesis moving in from the northeast side. That is the more common take nowadays, as people sweep through the map, opt to go from master side into trophy, and then clear through and try and get that default plant in behind that doorway. Early on, we'll get the pressure onto the door here. Those Fleeks is on the window. He knows that there's going to be an angle here, but TSW is going to be found by Nilo on the window on the other side, inside of Master. But Nilo is not looking the greatest for HP, as Jamalski is going to be found by Crow Gremlin, who comes in and pinches from, I believe he's going to find it from the window inside of the bore area. Fleeks is still going to play here though, and I think that the information isn't found from the repel agent that is Nico Pico, who's going to find a wall bang on, and Nilo beautifully found, but he doesn't know that Fleeks is in here, and surely that drone's going to be found, and surely he's going to turn this drone. All he has to do is turn it round to find the information that he needs, and he's not going to see the head though. Surely he's going to swing in here. Yes, yes, 3B! Nico Pico not paying attention enough there, not finding the right drone there. Lots of damage on his Segwa. sends the C4 up, but can it connect? No, it can. It does a little bit more damage on the Segwa there, but he's still alive as Fleeks is able to make the big rotate down, but it's shut down by Crow Gremlin, who finds him on the rotate down in the side of Mud, and Trix and Spyro are now left on a 2 versus 3 scenario. Gremlin up onto the 90 window now, and they have the advantage as they move through the map here. But Segwa looking at the most worst for wear for the time being, on about 30 odd HP, so he's going to be hoping that he's not going to have to take any gunfights, and hopefully he can just play that support role. But Larlad has now came up onto the landing to hold that deep angle all the way to Study, but no one's on that side. The Spyro is inside of the vault. Trix is inside of the bar, and that wall will be attempted to be opened, but that's going to be Mood Jammer there, so that's an important Mood Jammer that's came up there, but the heat changer does come through there, and it will get rid of that Mood Jammer, so he will be able to get that wall opened, and Spyro is going to have to face up to this, or get himself out of there, shotgun in hand, gets up onto the aviator door, but no one's going to push in yet. Larlad and Segwa are now stacked up on that door. They will go on for the push, but Trix has now got aggressive into sight as he pushes round at the back here. I do apologise, I wasn't what to call it, that was Trix, but I seem to think that Gremlin was on the wrong floor there. My eyes were deceiving me, as Gremlin is actually on the bottom floor as he's going to go round now up, presumably onto that study, well, the study balcony. Larlad and Segwa have doubled up together on this landing door as they now push in there, Crouch walking in, and they will slowly but surely move in here. Trix still has the option to send out some of those smoke babes, I believe. I actually can't see. Yes, he does. He has 2 smoke babes left, as Spyro now is at the one. There's a nade that's going to come out there, but can't quite find the shot. As Segwa's able to take the life of Spyro, and now it's a 1 versus 3, but it's going to come in from behind here. He's going to find the shot on the Gremlin, and now it's a 2 versus 1 scenario. Shotgun in the hand. Can he find the shot and the pinch? And the shotgun is not enough here, and eventually Segwa is able to find it. Genesis are able to take 5 rounds in a row from Ares. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't my greatest round of casting, but you know, we move. I seem to think that Crow Gremlin was on the wrong floor for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's been a long day, I guess. It's been a long day. Genesis sold 5 rounds in a row out from underneath Ares. It didn't look too bad for Ares there, 2 versus 3 situation at the end there, but they had a couple of advantages. There was a couple, they were even for man count at one point, and late in the round as well. So
attackers need to locate and
not much to tweak if they do decide to go back there, which they are going to bring. A couple of changes. We're going to see that Tachanka in the hands of Trix this time, as opposed to the smoke. The Tachanka, for me, on this site, is one of the best sites to play the Tachanka, because that is the default plant. Obviously you can see behind it in the vault, that is usually where the plant is done. However, that is a very difficult place to toss any smoke babes, and of course with the nerf to smoke, or well, not so much the nerf, the kind of fix of the kind of glitch of being able to clip those smoke babes through the wall, which you used to be able to do, is now gone. So you have to make sure, if you were using smoke, you'd have to toss that perfectly in front of the vault door, whereas the Tachanka, you're able to stand in the middle of aviator and you can bounce those fire bombs over the top of that, as opposed to the other way around. So it works out much better, because sometimes if you toss it too high with a smoke babe, you can be too far away from it and it cannot. I've seen people toss it above that vault door and it's not been close enough to stop the plant, and the plant has went down. So the Tachanka probably came out for something similar to that effect. Nico gets us started off early as possible for Genesis, getting rid of that Astral Cam, but this time Fleeks hasn't been cheeky. He's not holding on to that angle again. He's not going to try and play for the same cheeky plays this time now, and presumably Nico will be a little bit more careful swinging into that window. Gremlin onto the same window as he always has been. This will be the second time he's there, but Gremlin's onto 9 and 4 by the way, so Gremlin has been absolutely wonderful for Genesis this season. Had an absolutely wonderful game last week, got himself a good clip of the week as well, finding a quadruple kill on the back of an Amaru rush, though, as lights up Jamalski, who's just not paying attention to the fact that Gremlin is on the hold, and the call will come out there, so Gremlin will be called out towards the rest of the Ares roster, as they now have the information on whereabouts that Ash is playing. Moving through the map now is Segwa, who's coming up towards Trophy now, has a long angle towards that double door, should anyone decide to get aggressive and push on, as now you can hear the rappel in as Nico comes to join the fray as he moves in from Astro. Larlad is also there, TSW on the other side, inside of Master. Gremlin goes below now, but there's no one to play into here for Ares, as they're all back towards the site. they're all just going to wait and play the patient game for the time being. But I don't actually know where Fleeks is. Fleeks is the one that's been the cheeky roamer, and I think that he's actually going to be coming down from below. But the drone comes in, you hear the drone, it has the C4, and he's going to be trying to be hunted down here by Segwa. Yes, he is. He's going to be shot in the face, courtesy of the Finca. 4 members now remain, and that'll be the roamer gone, but Gremlin is going to find one inside of the... I think I'd say it's right there. To find Jamalski on the Aviator, but Nelo's going to find Nico Pico there, but can he get a double here? Chrono, he can't. Spyro's going to find the refrag. It's a 3 versus 2 situation though, as TSW finds Nelo on the other side. Trixt has the angle onto Landon. He'll have to try and stop them coming in from this doorway. Lala did TSW double up together. Segwa goes below and now will be coming up that main stairs to try and be cheeky here. He could be absolutely massive, but do they have a Banshee? They don't have any info. If he comes up this staircase, they might not be paying attention though, but Larlad has found Trixt, and now he's going to come up from behind. Yes, he does. Segwa with the final pick on the Spyros, and we are going to see our first match point for Genesis. I think Gremlin's managed to get himself into double figures here. 10-5, a nice ratio, as he has been the difference maker this week here. But all of the attackers, or sorry, yeah, well, they're attackers. All of the attackers of Genesis are pulling their weight for the time being. TSW, I guess, 2-6, not great, but like we can't be too critical of it. He's been pulling his weight in other ways, or we wouldn't be seeing this dominance for Genesis. 6 rounds in a row, and Ares have yet to provide us with an answer. That was Aviator, though. They are going to have to change it up again. That's 2 attempts at Aviator for both teams that have been unsuccessful, though. So this has actually panned out the same way so far on either side. Should Ares be able to get another 4 rounds, it will be exactly the same split. But we will see what they can come up with now. 6-2 in favour of Genesis as we head towards that trophy site. Trick's bringing along this Cade as well as Spyro coming along on the Aruni, so it's going to be very similar. Very quickly. Let me just check something.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I apologise, I need to very quickly fix a potential protest coming out. Nelo holding on to the back stairs now, where they have a push potentially coming in through, and it will be Gremlin that will come up there, but Gremlin's not going to be paying attention now as he's able to shoot him in the side. Gremlin not quite paying attention to the fact that Nelo was potentially on that staircase, and he was just looking for a player inside of kitchen, but there was no one down there. Segwa now gets aggressive and find a head. That's a beautifully threaded shot there to find the head of Fleeks onto that staircase. Now he got aggressive and just didn't quite find his shot on the return angle, but Segwa was clinical as ever to find that shot. Nelo gets up onto this long angle through from, it will be all the way through from the kitchen towards that window. Apologies, there was just a protest for a second, so I'm going to have to pause after this round, but Jamalski's going to find a double. He's going to find TSW, and he's also going to find Segwa, as Nico Pico and Larlad are now left with it all to do. Jamalski finding himself a double on the Legion below, shuts down any vertical play that Genesis would like to send out. Larlad finds Spyro now inside of the site there, but a nice shot there as Larlad finds Tricked as well, but the return is issued by Nelo onto Larlad, the refrag instant inside of the bathroom, as Nico Pico now has to get the drone in hand to try and find those angles and find the players inside. Sorry, I'm having a look at the chat. I'm quite distracted because people are trying to protest, so I'm going to have to pause after this round. But it is what it is. Nico Pico gets up onto the window. Master one is dripping Jamalski though, but Jamalski is not paying attention. Just decides to send it right into Master, and he's not aware of the fact that the door was getting pushed at the same time there. But a long angle, and Nico Pico, what a shot! He's going to find the final shot there and threads the needle to finish off Aries' game in, and that'll be 7-3 or 7-2, should I say?